YouTube! Welcome to the channel, as always, in this glorious video, in this glorious game of Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void 1v1. Wonderful, right? Wonderful. We love 1v1s here. And as you probably can tell, we're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff. Now, today, I wanted to show off a bit of an interesting build. It's new! New build, guys! Hooray! A new build! Oh, what wonderfulness! Production tab is open! I am now casting a game of myself. Making that supply depot, standard play. Today's build, we're going to be having a Marine medevac build. That's right, Marines and medevacs. M&M. No Marauders, though. No Marauders. Maybe some Marauders if I feel really cheeky about it, but generally no Marauders. That's not the point of the game. Point of the game for my build order is going to be doing some Marines and medevacs. Now, this is actually my first game using this build. Believe it or not, this is my first attempt. So I want to point out all these builds that I do are actually stuff that you guys can do at home. Yeah, that's right. You guys can get on your computer and you can play those builds. It's wonderful. Of course, I'm here spawning in the top left corner is the white Terran. Probably should have said that at the start of the game. Going against Maxwell. Maxwell. That's an interesting name. He's going to be the red Protoss in today's game. Today, of course, we always fight the red Protoss because red is the enemy color. Grr, enemy. So, of course, we have the gas actually coming out. This time after the barracks because we want to have those early Marines. Because, again, we have Marines. We should probably make Marines. Also, we're going to have a lot of barracks this game. A lot of barracks.
SCV ready.
So, just in order to make sure we're really making those Marines. Because we want a lot of Marines. As you'll see, look at that. Look at that. We have, we're making a Reaper. Why are we making a Reaper? It's to go scout. Now, that's why you're supposed to make the Reaper. I made the Reaper because I was following the build order. But because I was more focused on making sure I was making the building timings come out appropriately, it meant that I wasn't actually going to be using the Reaper to scout all that much. More of just as some base defense can hop up and down the cliffs, help defend my expansion, and it would still serve a good functionality, just wouldn't be this functionality that the build order intended me to use it for. Because ideally, you take the Reaper...
You've built a fancier command center.
Ideally, you take the Reaper and you go scout with it. But of course, we're not going to be scouting. As you can see, a second barracks is coming out. Not even bothering to make a factory right off the bat. Making a reactor. Again, we want to get those Marines out as quick as possible. Especially since the build I'm using is Terran versus Protoss. As I've probably said in other videos, and I will say again, as of the day that this has been recorded, Protoss is very, very hard to beat. A lot of people playing Protoss. A lot of people playing Protoss. Protoss has got a couple buffs specifically to their Stalkers, giving them more damage, making it harder to fight against them. And I think that this build is a very appropriate way to deal with the Protoss army. Now, I'll admit this build will feature me actually getting... Well, you'll see it. You'll see it. This build does not go perfectly.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to build
I make some mistakes in my build. You'll notice the engineer bay also coming out. So pretty much what it is you get supply depot, barracks, supply depot, barracks, gas, barracks, command center. No. Okay, scratch everything. I'm trying to make sure I get the build order perfectly down. Okay, supply depot, barracks, gas, reactor.
Add-on is done.
Command center, second barracks, supply depot, engineering bay, now supply depot. I'm trying to follow it, and I mean, obviously you're watching, you can see the order I'm getting stuff in. I mean, you guys know, I'm just trying to say it out. And then you get tech lab for upgrades, not for Marauders, for upgrades. That's very important because it matters in terms of your mineral count. If you spend all your money, all your minerals and gas on Marauders, you won't be able to get the medevacs. Whoa, crazy, right? Also, we need to make the factory at some point. So if you're getting Marauders, then how the heck are you supposed to? How are you supposed to get, the tech as quick as you need it?
SCV ready.
It's crazy. Anyway, kind of building up. This is a bit of a slower build, though. I will say that this is a slower build. We won't necessarily be doing as much. In terms of attacking or pushing forward. This is a bit of a slower one. As you'll see, making the factory down below my base, and then I see something. I won't notice it right away.
Your SCVs can't mine when they're dead.
SCV ready.
I don't notice it because I'm busy doing some hockey stuff, and then I realize, oh crap, I'm being attacked. I better defend myself. Now this means my expansion is going to be late. It means my resource count is going to be smaller. Another good reason why Marines are a little bit better than having the Hellbat build is that I can deal with the anti-air, or I guess not I keep saying that. I don't know why I keep saying that. I'm sorry. The Marines can deal with air because they act as anti-air. And fun fact about this cool build is that I can get a missile turret. I can get a missile turret in my base. How wonderful is that? Because I have an engineering bay, and in the other build, I don't have an engineering bay.
Add-on complete.
However, in this build, I don't get an armory until later. So there's trade-off. That's the cool thing about Starcraft is even though we have
upgrades done.
Even though we have a limited amount of units, we still, there's so much variety. You'll notice Stimpack was getting research as well, which is very important to have. Because Stimpack is actually something you want to get before you get the 1-1 upgrades. Also, I go ahead and I queue up the combat shield and concussive shells because I thought, well, maybe if I get high enough in my resource count, I'll be able to make some marauders to support myself. Have a little bit of defense, but I'm still following the build order. Make Marines. So I want to make sure that I'm not deviating too much from it. I don't bother building a missile turret in my main base simply because of the fact that I've mined out a fair amount of the resources, and any economic hit to the back to my main base
research complete.
At this point would be pretty
the add-on is
insignificant
finished, so you have no excuse.
All of the compared to all of the rich minerals that I actually do have in my expansion. Again, I go ahead and I'm going to use the starport swap with the factory, so I can again start making those medevacs as quickly as possible. Go ahead and making the armor upgrade for my Marines. Actually, I'm going to take control a little bit here of the camera. I just want to see if I have the... Oh, I must have missed it at some point in my talking. I, in fact, do have the +1 attack upgrade for those Marines. Again, I will emphasize watching the production tabs and comparing the production tab to the time of the in-game so you can see when I'm doing them in case I skip out any of the builds. This build is a bit more complicated than the other one because this build I get a lot more production facilities and it involves a lot more in-depth work being done. As you can see, just making Marines against wonderful gold.
Your SCVs are being harassed. It's ruining workplace morale.
And then I realize I'm getting attacked again. Oh no! But again, like I said, I wasn't as concerned about it because it's like, well, what I value is the the expansion. That's where a lot of my income is coming from. My income has not been slowed by this at all. Again, taking them out, not a problem. I'm not even really worried about it. Then I notice,
research is done.
There's some
Let's
zealots
hope you
there.
click the right one.
Why are there zealots there? I have no idea, but I sure as heck am not gonna let that be a problem. Quick kill him off, and I'm like, hey, there's a shuttle, warp prism, whatever they're called. I'm not familiar with Protoss units that much, not as much as Terran. So yeah, he tried to drop in my face. Dirty. Ugh. So go ahead and make some reactors on my barracks. Again, making a lot of barracks. Barracks count is moved up
You
to
just
5.
upgraded your units.
Making a
Maybe
lot of
keep
Marines.
doing that.
And the cool thing about having a lot of barracks as well is that you're able to produce Marines out a lot faster because they'll all have reactors.
Your research is done.
There,
Don't forget the rest of them.
Since he has drops, I want to make sure he can kill off the drop, not necessarily because I'm worried about minerals. And also, as you can see, I have a lot of Marines. Pretty high Marine count. Medevacs now still being produced. I have a Widow Mine at the front to give some good defense. Widow Mine's very useful for defending the base. And again, just making sure I'm producing those Marines. I'm making an armory in order to get that defense.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to build something.
Getting the defense for those ships. Again, sorry about the announcer. Can't really turn it off. If someone knows how to turn it off, tell me how to turn it off. Now that I'm pretty much just on like a full production spree, I'm trying to figure out when's a good time to attack. When's a good timing push? And that's when I hear something that I'll notice soon enough. If I just notice it, come on. Yeah, Zealot's being warped in. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now I have a much stronger force as well. Much stronger force.
Your SCVs are being harassed. It's ruining workplace morale.
I'm not quite sure what I was doing there. Yep, I kill them all off. Easy peasy. Zealots can't do much against 1-1 Marines with combat shields and stim pack with medics to heal them. That's just a fact of how, that's just the game mechanics.
Armed and ready.
And at this point, I'm like, okay, he's attacked me a lot. I just killed off what was an attempted drop. I better just move out. I'm always making Marines. Never going to stop making Marines. As you can see, my money's quite low. Very good. Probably have considered trying to make another expansion in order to, I should have been more effectively using my mules. Again, there were errors. Again, I was focused on the build order. I was being attacked in my base. That wasn't fun. Ugh, I hated that. As you can see, quite a lot of medevacs. Medevac count being quite high, which is very good. Because because it allows the Marines to stay alive longer, and more Marines to get healed at the same time. Genius. Isn't it wonderful? Also, the medevacs will have a lot of energy, so they'll be able to do what they need to do. Now, at this point, maybe I should have just lifted off all my Marines. I don't know how to do that. But instead of lifting off my Marines, I'm just going to go ahead and attack the rocks. And plus, hey, I can still keep building Marines. So for me, it's Marines and supply depots. Because my income is pretty good. It's going steady. Again, still not taking an expansion. Very bad. I should have taken an expansion. Because taking an expansion probably would have actually allowed me to get a lot more Marines a lot faster. Maybe adding on more barracks. There's stuff to try out, stuff to do. I mean, again, this was my first time doing this build, and I was kind of unsure about what to do with it, but I realized, oh hey, this works. It's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and stim up because I want to kill off all of the. I want to kill off everything as much as I can. I'm gonna go ahead and target down the pylon. Now I'm like, hey, look at that.
Go, go, go!
I'm gonna kill off the pylon. Again, ignoring the probes. I didn't care if the probes attacked me. I would happily stim. Again, I have a lot of medevacs. So that's really good. Medevacs allow the Marines to stay alive a lot longer than they would normally. And then just cleaning up the probes. Again, I'm filtering in more Marines as a lot of the escape path. At this point, I'm on full-on attack mode, and I'm going to go ahead and stim up and kill all those cells. Well, I can't do anything yet. Again, I got stim, Marines, medevacs, and many of them. Going off the healing stuff, you know, just pushing in. And I realized, hey, this is a pretty cool build. And that'll actually end the game here. And which makes me wonder, why'd the Protoss have so few units? He was relying so heavily on photocans. So you know what? Let's go ahead and head back. Let's go back to the beginning of the game. Whoa, beginning of the game. And let's go ahead and take a look from his perspective. That's right, Duo Maxwell. Probably was going into a lot of 2v2s. Let's see what he does. All right, let's take a look here again as in typical 1v1 fashion. We're going to look at it from our opponent's side because we got to give them a fair shot. Fair analyzation of how they do their build. So, we are going to go ahead and see them making a pylon. So I'm also quite curious as to how the drops are being done. What kind of a way did he go about his drops? Why was there not more drops? Why was there such few units in each drop? Not really able to do a significant amount of damage. All these things really to think about as you go through playing a game of Starcraft. You know, when you play it, you want to make sure you're being as effective as possible, especially when you're doing this kind of stuff. Again, I'm going to fast forward through the early game unless I see something quite interesting that I feel like is necessary. Again, building the forge. Get those upgrades early. Makes a bit more sense now. Building the gateway. Wow, he can make it. Or sorry, building a pylon. Gateway's already being built. Get a good supply count up. Making the cybernetics core quite nice. The simulators going down because again, Protoss do rely heavily on their gas. If they don't have gas, then it'd be very unlikely they'll be able to progress very far up their tech tree. Whereas Terran can actually get Hellions, and Hellions do not require gas. And that's something very interesting to point out is that Terran can get tier 2 units without having gas at all. In fact, you can do an entire game without using gas as Terran and have a reasonable force of troops, whereas Protoss kind of are dependent on the gas. Because those are the only thing that doesn't cost gas for them. Besides probes, of course, but we don't count workers when we're talking about what costs gas and what doesn't cost gas. Make it a Stargate. Right now, again, feel free to watch the timing of everything. Everything's being built right now pretty darn well. You'll notice I'm about to finish my expansion. He has not even started his expansion. Again, he's kind of moving around, building Stargates, you know, building Robo Bays, building kind of the typical Protoss stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary, making an Oracle to start doing those harassments that we saw earlier in the game. And I'm going to slow down once he starts making his attacks, because then that's the point where I think it's interesting. Again, I'm not here to analyze the Protoss build order, I'm here to look at how Protoss did this thing.
Perceiving.
Okay, going to faster speed 1. Again, viewing his perspective. So he just probably clicked on the mini-map and sent it away. Didn't even really worry too much about where I was on the map, or if I had maybe a third expansion or something. So he sends it out. He doesn't see anything quite yet. He doesn't know I have an expansion. It's not until... Oh, look at that! A Terran expansion! Amazing, right? If I was the red Terran in this game, I need to go ahead and start blasting my SCVs. And I don't notice for a little while. That guy even sent a SCV over to make a gas guide before he made his attack. And then the Marines are going to move over. So let's see what he does. He lets it die. Interesting choice. He doesn't try and move right way. I would have retreated if I had seen a whole bunch of Marines coming out of nowhere. But hey, that's just me. He makes these warp prisms, so he'll be able to transport some units. So that's kind of cool. Actually, his warp prism moving out right now. I think he's gonna, since he's getting the warp gate tech, he'll be able to warp in units closer, like a proxy warp gate. Amazing. Yeah, warp prism moving out now. He's gonna try and do, I guess, a drop, but it's not really a drop. It's more of a warp in attack. But he only has three gateways. Not a lot of units that are gonna be able to be made. Making another oracle right now. So that's something also to think about. How, you know, as we know, the Oracle harass came in before
dimensional strings
he did the
attuned.
And at this point, you know, if you look at his money is very much in the thousands. Whereas my money is very low. In fact, it's almost too low because I don't have enough surplus to ever have any good reason to expand. He's currently getting his zealot legs, which will be useful in this for helping out his zealots. As you'll notice, I'm just now finishing stim pack at about the 535 mark. That's about where we're at for the upgrade count. You can see he's making his fourth warp gate. 4 gate, yes, a very interesting build. A 4 gate is a perfectly reasonable way to play. He moves into sight range of my stuff. I don't even notice. I'm not even aware of what's going on right now because his Oracle has not yet attacked yet. And since there's been no attack, because I'm so focused on my build, I'm like, Marines, Marines, Marines. I need Marines. I need upgrades for Marines. I need medevacs. You know, I'm having tunnel vision, I'll admit. Because I was so focused on my build that he's able to get away with putting stuff into my base without me noticing, even though I'm in full visual line of sight. You'll notice he still has not gotten an expansion. Darn it. Why is there no expansion? That seems weird. So as you can see, he's now going to probably send in the Oracle, I'd say. Although I would have waited till I had more Zealots in before you announce me to your presence. And he's moving in. And he's like, hey, no missile turret. Well, may as well go ahead and attack those SCVs. Which again, I wasn't that concerned about because, you know, whatever. There's not a lot of minerals here. It does take me a little while to come over and fix it, but I will eventually move over with my Marines. He moves away, I love this. He moves away from looking at his Oracle in order to warp in some guys, and then his Oracle is dead.
Mineral field.
He doesn't really even know how many Marines I have. He's like, well, may as well hide them, try and stay away, but it's too late. It's too late. Can't do much against that. He's gonna get out of there. The sly fellow. Avoiding my my beefed up Marines. My Marines that look so cool because I got that cool Marine skin, right? Gosh, I love that Marine skin. It's amazing. It's so wonderful. In all honesty, it's a really cool Marine skin. More people should use that type of Marine skin, the special one. All right. So again, now it's kind of going to be more build up. Let me latch onto his camera. So on time 2 speed now. We see he's making some cannons. He's working on that expansion finally. About time he made that expansion. Heck, if he didn't have an expansion, how would he ever, you know, utilize? I mean, if you look at his unit count, he has 34 probes on one base. He sees the missile turret takes him out. No missile turret here. Ooh, interesting. He's going to go ahead and warp in some more units there. And as you saw from my perspective, you know, there's an attack, but it'll ultimately be thwarted by, you know, the overwhelming amount of stuff. I skim over, kill that. All his stuff is now dead. There's also a missile turret. No more going to the back of my base. Now he going ahead and he's going to start making his stuff. Making his cannons and everything. Going back down to regular speed. Let's see what he makes. Is he going to make units? I'm willing to bet he's not going to make very many units. Could have made void rays. Could have just making stuff to repair stuff, which isn't bad. You know, again, nothing wrong with having what are they called? Nothing wrong with having a shield battery, right? Nothing wrong with having a shield battery. It's just generally you need to have units. If you go in the unit counting station, you have 34 probes. Get units! Ah, come on! Oh my goodness. Units are really, really important to have because that's how you win the game. Amazingly, it's really good to have units, right? Like, let's be fair here. You need to have some solid units. And now, as you can see, he's making cannons in case I do a drop, which is fair. He did see a lot of medevacs. It's fair. I could have done drops, and I will admit I was considering doing it, but I decided instead, as you know, to walk my army. I wanted them to be marching on foot, and I wanted them to be able to open fire as soon as possible, not be vulnerable, because I thought he had units. I'm so, like, you know, I totally overestimated how strong of stuff get. I didn't even bring them any Marines. I just relied on my medevac to really carry me through the battle. I go ahead, I take out the pylon, and he's like, oh crap, I need some zealots. Doesn't even build 4 zealots. You don't need 4 zealots. Why would you need 4 zealots? It's not like I have all this money to make it a time. They want to get what have. If it's possible in front of his warp gates. He could have at least 8 zealots by the time I pull up that ramp. More than enough time to warp even more zealots, especially with all the minerals he had. So now you only have 6. Which is not quite enough. Although granted, my Marines are just going to stim it and win the day. He just played really slowly. I'd say with this game, the biggest critique I'm going to give... The biggest critique that I'm going to give for this game was for this guy is essentially that he was playing too slowly. He was playing too slowly and he didn't have units. You gotta buy units, especially when you have a lot of money. 2,000 gas. I mean, I had a lot of gas just because I was doing a Marine play and I needed gas for medics and I just kind of didn't pay attention to moving guys out of the geysers. Fine, that's something I'll work on. But he didn't even just get units. That just seems really weird. Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed this wonderful game of StarCraft 2. I love this game so much. Been having a lot of fun with it. As always, guys, I'm Elwirfy, and I will see you guys next time.